Now then, you're very welcome back. So delighted to say he's joining us. I'm not quite sure where he is. He's on a phone somewhere. Shane Lowry, Open Champion 2019. How you doing?
I'm good, Joe. I'm good. I've been worse.
Open Champion 2019. You're going to have to get used to that eventually. I'm not sure where you are on that spectrum at the moment.
I suppose I'm not really used to it. Not really used to it. Like, it's mad, isn't it? I can't really believe it, to be honest.
I just can't believe how well you won it as well. Like, you're not meant to win by 6 shots, going really low on the Saturday, shooting a completely different round on the Sunday, a complete test of golf. You're not meant to walk up 18 in a party atmosphere. That's not how it's meant to happen.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? Like, I suppose when I sit back and reflect on it, I'll realise that, like, to win by 6, like, it's kind of, you know, I won it well, and
yeah.
I suppose I played great all week, and I just was in a great place mentally, and I spoke about that before the tournament. Like, I felt good about how my game was, and my results this season have been pretty good, so I knew I was playing okay coming into it, but like, I obviously didn't think I was going to win by 6.
No, sure, how can you, I suppose, when everybody out there is so good? I know you did feel good coming into it, and obviously you won it in Abu Dhabi. And you mentioned the chat with Neil Manship, your coach, on the Wednesday. Has that been blown up a bit too much, or was that a pretty important moment for you?
Yeah, look, I spoke about it a lot because people are asking about it. You know, like, we have those chats an awful lot, but I suppose I was feeling particularly nervous and anxious last Wednesday. A little bit uptight about how the week was going to go. But look, Neil's obviously a huge influence on me, and he has been over the years, and he puts me in a great place, a great frame of mind when I get out to play my golf, and I love having him there. So yeah, I got myself to a place where I could go out and play my best golf. And after that chat on Wednesday evening, like I said, I could have went to the first tee there and then. So yeah, it was. I wouldn't say it's brought up too much, but it did have a big part to play in the whole week.
And when you say the mindset to play your best golf, what is that? Is that like free and easy, smile on my face, or is it like what?
Basically, not caring where the ball's going.
Right.
You know, obviously you're aiming in the right direction, and you're trying to hit it towards the flag and get in there in the least amount of shots. And and the consequences, basically having no consequences when you're playing golf, and that's the way I played all week. Obviously, it was a bit difficult as the week went on because there was huge consequences at the end of the day, and but I got myself to a place where not sure if I've ever fully been there before, but I tell you one thing, it was really nice.
Wow, yeah, freedom. It's one of the great ironies, isn't it? The more you care, the harder it is to play good golf. Because there was a great chat, and the mics picked this up. I don't know how much you've watched back, but on the Saturday, on the 10th, which was really a hole where you kick-started to a different level on the way to that 63, you and Bo, your caddy, were in big conversation, and he was telling you it's definitely a 7-iron in, it's a 7-iron in, and you were worried about running up into the thick stuff, and in the end, you had really good chat, back and forth, and you seemed to trust him, and you hit the 7-iron in, and it fed down, and you made birdie. And even on the TV, they were remarking on how well you two work together, even in those really, those tough moments where you don't know exactly the right club.
Yeah, look, it's obviously Bo's been a great influence on me over the last 10 months, and he's great. Like, he's so chill and so easygoing, and he's a good caddy. So to have him there, like, on my bag, and I suppose you don't know, like, until you're put in that situation, how good I'm going to be, or how good he's going to be, how nervous we're both going to be. But I think the two of us handle it very well, and it's great to be able to enjoy it with someone who's become a friend now, and we're having great fun this week.
The way he signs off a lot of shots with, have you got your target? Have you got your target? Is that like an agreed thing, or have you just fallen into that habit?
That would be a thing that him and Neil would talk about,
Right.
Like, I sometimes get a bit complacent, especially when I'm playing well, about, golf is a bit easy and I'm hitting good shots, and whereas if I'm really good at picking targets, I'll generally hit decent shots. So that would be him and Neil more than anything else.
Right.
Having conversations before we go out to play. Like, I was doing putting the pins in my yardage book before I went out on Sunday, and I seen him and Neil having a one-on-one before I went out. So that'd be just Neil trying to, remind him that about the job that's at hand and what he needs to do to keep me in my best frame of mind.
Sometimes, often, a golfer says he just had he found a good swing thought on a week like this. Did you have a swing thought that you were relying on?
I actually didn't. I sort of, the one thing I had last week was every putt I stood over, standing there, especially when I got nervous, I just kept saying to myself, what's the worst thing that can happen here? Obviously the worst thing that can happen is with 3 or 4 putt, but the worst thing that can happen is you miss the putt. Like, it's not the end of the day, is it? So, that was kind of my mindset the whole week, and I was just like you said earlier, I was picking good targets, and I had, I found a drive, and I found a driver that I can hit, and I found like a low squeezy fade that I can hit fairways with.
Right.
And I really had that last week, and that really worked well. Yeah,
that must be a huge comfort. I tell you what, I mean, when you were standing over that putt for bogey on the first on Sunday, you would have been doing well to say, what's the worst that could happen? That felt like a big moment.
Yeah, honestly, that 2 minutes on the first green was probably, set the tone of the day. Like, if Tommy holds that and I miss, it's probably going to be a different day altogether. But it's, I was obviously fortunate that he missed and I hold the putt. But like I said, I literally just tried to hit a good putt, and that's all I could do. And, sometimes you hit good putts that don't go in, sometimes you hit bad putts that do go in. But, you're better off just trying to hit a good putt and see where it goes.
It never looked on Sunday like you got gripped by the nerves. Like, even in that little bogey stretch, because that was the real teeth of the weather, everybody was coming, struggling then. It never looked, watching you at any point, like he's nervous. Was that the case? And were you a bit surprised that didn't happen?
Well, if it didn't look like that, it certainly wasn't that way, because I was, my stomach was in knots all day.
Really?
I couldn't stop thinking about, winning, holding the trophy, being on the 18th, losing. You kind of, everything goes through your head because you so much time to think out there, But Bo did a great job of keeping me in the present and keeping me in a good frame of mind, and trying not to get too far ahead of myself. But we talked a lot during the round on Sunday, which helped an awful lot.
And what was
one thing's for certain, I was definitely nervous out there.
Well, geez, it really didn't come across, because I was going to ask you then, the atmosphere on course with Fleetwood, it looked good. Like, at one point, again, I'm working off cameras, you were walking off the green and you shouted back to Fleetwood's caddy, geez, let's get the Sambos out. I don't know if you remember that, but I was thinking, this fella's having a ball. It seemed like the atmosphere was pretty good with you two. Much talk or not too much talk?
Not too much talk. You're in the heat of the battle, but I'd be very good friends with Tommy and his caddy Finn. They're two great lads, and I get on very well with them. And I said to him I said to him actually Saturday evening, I was saying in the locker room, I said, let's go out tomorrow and give it a go, and hopefully one of us wins it at the end of the day. Like, that's the way I was looking at it. And obviously I was hoping that was me, but you're out there and you're out there playing with friends. You're trying your best. I'm obviously trying to make sure that I do the right things for me out there, and I enjoyed it. Saturday was probably one of the best days I've ever had on a golf course.
Yeah, I'd say so.
The crowd Saturday evening were just incredible. Sunday was obviously quite good, but I'll never ever forget Saturday evening when I finished the round. It was just what an incredible day.
So your granny is now like a viral global superstar. She's like on the Golf Channel home website after her interviews yesterday. There's that, which is kind of funny. And then I wasn't aware of this as much, Shane, I must say, about your dad and just how hard he worked for you growing up. And it's the kind of conversation you'd rather do in person rather than on the phone when you're on a bus. I know you're travelling at the moment, but it's kind of worth touching on the fact that your dad worked incredibly hard for you guys. He was tiling and working in the ESB as well. And as a father, he held up his end of the bargain. I hadn't fully appreciated that until this week when I heard people talking about it.
Look, I said it. My parents sacrificed an awful lot for me when I was growing up, and I'm not from a wealthy family, or my dad's good, hard-working man, and he sacrificed a lot for me. He drove me to certain tournaments, borrowed money to buy me golf clubs, stuff like that. Is to be able to hand in the claret jug. I don't know if you've seen pictures or videos of when I gave him the jug on the 18th green on Sunday after the presentation, him lifting the trophy. He was going mental, and my mum was kind of standing there beside him quite embarrassed. She's like, Brendan, stop, man. It was quite funny. It was, yeah. Look, it's just, isn't it? It's incredible. Like to be able to bring this home to Clara, like to my parents, down to my granny, my whole family. Like, you know, I can't wait to see everyone, and it should be a great evening here.
That's amazing. Like I hadn't realised, you know, borrowing money to pay clubs and all that kind of stuff. To be able to give your dad the claret jug, I mean, geez, that's right up there.
You know, my dad, he doesn't miss many big tournaments, so to have him there, I always said I'd love to have him there when I win. But to be able to win in Ireland and have like all my immediate family there, and a lot of like my dad's brothers and sisters, my mum's brothers and sisters were there. Like it's incredible, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Look, you've Ole ringing out at Royal Portrush. I still don't think we've digested how mad it all was. Here, I know you're probably moving and walking. One kind of last thought to put to you, and Padraig Harrington will be a great person for you to ask advice and talk to. He tells a great story about playing with Paul Lowry after Lowry had won the Open in '99, you know, the Van de Velde thing, and they were playing at some tournament a while later, and Lowry hits a bad shot into a par 3. And he really down on himself, and he kind of said out loud to himself, "Geez, Paul, that is not the shot of an Open champion." And it's a really good story about the pressure that can suddenly be on you now, or you kind of almost say, you know, you almost need to be aware that your golf won't be perfect forever for the next 10 years, and like you can suddenly put yourself under mad pressure. Do you have a sense like of wanting to kick on and win more of these things, or are you still just trying to digest what's happening, or you know that you move to a new level now is part of the Open experience?
I think you know, it hasn't all sunk in yet.
Sure.
I suppose when it settles down and I get back to practicing next week and getting ready for the FedEx Cup, I'll have to set some new goals. I think you know, obviously I'm a major champion now, so there's a bit of a label put on you there, but I'm going to try to be the person I've always been. I'm going to try and do things the way I want to do it. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different going places now. But look, we'll let. I'm going to enjoy this week first. No matter what happens, I've got one big one in the bag, and hopefully, obviously, over the years, I could add to that. But you know, obviously, it's not the end of the world if I don't. I've got one now, and like I said, I'll enjoy this and just see where it takes me from here.
So you're in Clara tonight. That's the plan.
I am, yeah. I'm on my way down there now. Like, we're not far away, so looking forward to getting down there. But it's going to be a bit mental down there, I'd say. But I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like.
I heard someone saying up to 20,000 people.
Yeah, that could be a bit mad, couldn't it? I never thought that this would be me, to be honest. And I feel very lucky, to be honest. I feel very, very privileged, very lucky that this actually happened to me. Like, I can't believe it, to be honest.
I'd say your phone's been hopping. You've been getting messages from so many people.
Yeah, I haven't even, to be honest, I haven't even got around to replying to a quarter of the people. I got an hour to myself this morning where I did some replying to messages, but it's, you know, I've had so many texts from so many people and so many of my peers, like, so it's incredible what just happened.
Yeah. Have you been a bit not surprised, but I guess you must be struck at how much the country was rooting for you. You know, maybe you haven't seen much media, but like the reaction has been overwhelming. Like, we've been quite spoiled for majors of late, and you know, you kind of think we'd be getting used to it, but just how popular you are. You know, Croke Park reading out your score at half time, like the place you kind of hold.
Mad, like, but I suppose I actually haven't seen that much. I've been very busy the last couple of days, and I haven't really had time to sit down and think about it. And I'm sure when the dust settles at the end of the week, I'll think about it, and then it'll all start to sink in at some stage, hopefully. Listen,
I don't want to keep you. We'll probably sit down and have a proper chat sometime, but congratulations, guys. It is just the most surreal thing. Open champion by 6 shots in Portrush. Well done.
Thanks, Joe. Cheers. Thanks very much.